Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasir, and what's on tap for today? Well, we've got another reaction video to the Cackling Hens of The View, who I affectionately like to call the Rear View, because these are these laughable, lunatic, leftist ladies who just continue to emit their verbal diarrhea as they cackle to their hens and run in the pens of the audience, folks. And this time they're talking about the Trump indictment, and they're having an orgasm, folks, a political orgasm, all five of these gals. Let's listen in and my reaction to the cackling views of the Rear View.
You know, the circus is here. The circus has come to town. The media frenzy continues as you know who heads to a New York courthouse to become the first president to ever be arraigned on criminal charges. He's expected to plead not guilty, and the judge has banned cameras from televising the proceedings, but will let photographers into the courtroom before things begin. Now, reporters will be allowed on a first-come, first-served basis, and apparently they've been lining up since last month. No, since a couple of days ago. So, I mean, how are you feeling about a historic day? It's sad, but I'm glad something's happening.
I think it's unprecedented.
It's not sad. What's sad?
It's sad that an American president.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's sad. An American
president. The fact that he's
president
being called in for questioning, etc., and he's being indicted because he's committed certain crimes is not sad. That's American justice.
Is alleged to have committed crimes.
Alleged, yeah, of course.
Of course.
But again, it's in America's first time in any of our lifetimes.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us could have ever really imagined this.
I imagined it. I imagined it. Yeah.
With him, no. I mean, with other,
other
I never.
No.
Well, you notice how sunny Asuncion Cummings Hostin, who is the appropriator, right? Name appropriator, race appropriator, religious appropriator, ethnicity appropriator, hereditary. I mean, you name it, she's the cultural appropriator. She's everything. She had to come in and basically say, when Joyless said, he's committed these acts, and she had to come in and say, alleged. You must put in alleged, because they don't want to get their derrieres sued off. Anyways, let's continue.
I think he's spiraling over the fact that he was the first president to be indicted, but he's going to take full advantage of the spectacle. He's planning to give a speech tonight in Florida.
No cameras, because he doesn't want to be humiliated in front of the MAGAs by the judge. But he doesn't want it. Remember when Obama humiliated him at the Correspondence Center? They saw that very fragile ego, that fear of being humiliated in public, and it was all about.
You know what I like to do there, Joyless? Let's go back and get that picture of Joyless there. There's Joyless, right? When she's talking about being humiliated, Obama humiliated him at that dinner, whatever that was, the press dinner, and he made that joke about him and whatever. So I would like to ask Joyless, what about the humiliation that Donald Trump, the real humiliation that Donald Trump put on the first 50% black, 50% white president of the United States, Barack Obama, when he beat the pants off of him in 2016, his third term, which was supposed to be Hillary Clinton? How about the humiliation of the most perfect candidate ever, the smartest presidential candidate ever, the person who has been training for this all their lives, her life, a woman's life, to be president of the United States, and Donald Trump beat and bad an electoral landslide? What about the humiliation there, Joyless Behar? You think that humiliation, and consider the humiliation at a press dinner, is the same? Did you forget about the humiliation, the shame that came on Barack Obama, that his third term was completely obliterated?
Ego, that fear of being humiliated in public, and it was all about, how am I going to get back at this guy?
So sometimes wish that Obama had made that damn one joke.
He can't help it. He's hilarious, Obama.
His lawyers, I think, are the ones that didn't want the cameras in the room, because they said they didn't want it to turn into a circus. But I find the Zoom, I know it's unverified by ABC, but I think that
honestly, that detail is telling. But I do think he might be a little depressed to see that people didn't come out for him. Because we all know that from his inauguration on, he was inflating the number.
Do we have any crowd
sizes? But so far, what we've seen is, you have Jan 6, which he called for it, and people showed up. Now he's calling for it. In fact, he got out a week early just in case people had travel time or something, And so far, I keep asking people around the city, like, are you seeing anything? They're seeing tons of media, because I would say, I would push back. The coverage is a little ridiculous right now. I do not need to see every part in the sky when the plane takes off. Like, we're deciding what people are watching, and I wish cable news would step up a little bit and add some vegetables.
Wow, cable news. We expect cable news to start reporting, to start doing their job, to be journalists, to be ethical, to be moral. These guys are morally bankrupt. But you got Sara, I'm not Hines, saying, I need some more vegetables on my plate. I just don't need all the other stuff. Just give me some more vegetables. What an idiot.
Into this meeting.
And by the way, did you happen to hear the air that was hissing out of this blonde airhead? If you listen closely, you can hear the air hissing out, because there's nothing up here, folks. Remember, these are cackling hens. And hens have nothing up here, not at all, between their ears, between the space. There's nothing there, folks. The only sound you hear is this. Nothing. Silencio. That's right. Sara, I'm not Hines.
Ivanka here?
But,
is Ivanka in general?
I think Eric Trump might be with him. But one thing I wanted to know is this. So we're heading into 2024. Trump now lost in 2020. He actually lost Republican seats in 2018 and
like
2022.
Like Melania.
Melania's here?
She may be here.
Is she wearing her jacket?
Wait, let Alyssa finish.
But just real quick, what I am
really
so
don't care, do
frustrated
you?
by is we are, as a party, we're preparing to once again nominate somebody who keeps losing now as the first president to be...
Keeps losing? He's a winner there, Alyssa. You're the RINO. You're the loser. Oh, I worked with Donald a little bit. I worked with Mike Pence a little bit. I'm supposed to be the conservative on this thing here. You're no more conservative than, nah, I don't want to say it. Probably get in trouble. But you know what? You're just a RINO, a Republican in name only. And you might not even be Republican, all right? You're just another one of these cackling hens that you're getting a paycheck so you can basically mouth, because you're afraid of Sonny, Asuncion, Cummings, Hostin. You're afraid of Joyless Behar. You're afraid of the fake Jew, Whoopi Goldberg. I don't think you're afraid of Sara, I'm Hines, because there's this air coming out of her. But you know what? Your IQ is kind of lacking there, Sara. Not only your IQ intelligence, but political IQ as well. Because anything you say politically, it doesn't really come true there, honey. I got a mansplain it to you there, honey. I do.
be indicted and on the most unrelatable crime. Like, who among us has paid off a porn star to try to hide it from our wives
one time.
and get elected president? It drives me crazy.
Cackle, cackle, cackle,
That
cackle.
looked like
Cackle, cackle.
Melania showing up and to support the man who's being... Look, I wish we had
They
slow
pushed her
motion.
into it,
But yes,
probably.
There she goes. Look,
no,
look.
that's not. That's Margot Martin, an aide of his, who
Okay.
does look like
You made me.
Melania.
You make me feel better because I'm like, if my husband paid money to a porn star and got indicted for it, I don't know if I'd have my sunglasses on and my fly dress walking behind him. But I have a legal note. Trump has denied any criminal wrongdoing and said he never had an affair with Stormy Daniels.
It wasn't an affair. Wasn't it a one-night thing? It wasn't
Well, that
an
counts as an
affair.
affair. That's
It
cheating.
does count as
I
an
know,
it was an
affair.
but what
ongoing.
do-
Oh, he said he didn't have an affair, folks. He's telling the truth. He didn't have an affair. Maybe he had a one-night stand, maybe two. Who knows? And nobody gives a crap, okay? Nobody gives a crap. Over 80% of the United States population believe that this is a politicization and a weaponization of the law in a multiple-tier justice system. In other words, it's for the Washington we, but not for anybody else, And they have politicized the DOJ, politicized the New York State Attorney General's office, and that idiot black Alvin Bragg, that black man, oh my God, this guy does not deserve to be the district attorney. He is an absolute thug. You talk about thugs, he is a George Soros operative, a George Soros yes man, a George Soros puppet. And he has not done a single thing in terms of reducing crime in the state of New York. But he decides, oh, you know what? We got to go after a guy that supposedly paid off a porn star some moolah. That's what we need to do. That's what the whole United States wants. That's what American citizens want. That's what the world wants. He's a political freaking hack. Alvin Bragg is also in the Political Hall of Shame. He has earned the acronym SIMR, which I have coined, SIMR. Alvin Bragg, you are a stupid, idiotic, moronic retard. Plain and simple, folks. Just being honest. Just being raw. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think of the cackling rear view hens and the verbal diarrhea that they were emitting in terms of their spin and their rear view on the Trump indictment? Folks, until next time. Oh, my final thought. When you're right, and Trump and I are right. And when you're left, you're like these cackling hens. You're all wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.